Let's bring out to the stage first the creator of the Walking Dead comic book, Robert Kirkman. Turning comic books into film, and in this case TV, Gail Ann Hurd. And the director of this series, Mr. Frank Darabont. What do you guys think of that reaction?
Hello? Hello? Is this one working? All right. Are there any doubts left? Anyone?
Well, I'm gonna toss a couple questions out to you guys real quick just to get us warmed up and started here. Gail, I want to start with you because, as I mentioned in your intro, it's obvious. Everybody here knows that you love comic book properties. So, what was it about Walking Dead that interested you about becoming your next adaptation?
Zombies. Robert Kirkman and so many great issues of comic books that continue to get better and better. So we've got material for. I think we talked about we're going for the Simpsons record. You know?
Yeah, Simpsons, MASH, just anything that's gone over 20 seasons. That's what we're going for.
And the opportunity to work with Frank Darabont.
So Frank, why, this is your first foray into television. I'm curious why you thought about adapting Walking Dead as a TV series and not as a film.
Well, the nature of what Robert has done, it lends itself, I think, brilliantly to an attenuated, long-term, serialized treatment. I'd had it in my mind that it would be great to do a series set in the zombie apocalypse, because I've been a zombie fan since I saw Night of the Living Dead when I was a kid. And I stumbled over Robert's, material, and I thought, oh my God, this is putting in my hands the very thing that I've been thinking of for some years. And honestly, I wouldn't want to do a zombie movie, I don't think, because it's been done and done really well. And so why go and kind of repeat the moves of other filmmakers who've done it and done it better, But this feels very fresh to me because it's a different way into the material, to do this as a serialized thing, following this ensemble of marvelous characters over a period of time, as long as they let us do it. That gets me very excited.
Okay. Well, piggybacking off of that answer then, and this is for both Gail and Frank, we've never seen zombies on TV, so was this a hard sell to AMC, or was it the contrary? I mean, they are known for edgy content.
What's great is that when you find the best home for something, you know right away. The very first phone call to the executives at AMC, I said, okay, I know you've got Mad Men, got Breaking Bad, but are you interested at all in doing, maybe
zombies,
serious graphic novel? Maybe The Walking Dead? They said, Robert Kirkman's The Walking Dead? I'll tell you.
I haven't heard that, really?
Yeah, and I actually looked at the phone and thought maybe that was a prank phone call, that maybe it actually reached somebody else, but no, they were fans, and I, you have to give them props for Fear Fest. If you guys haven't watched AMC's Fear Fest programming, it is the best in genre and horror films leading up to Halloween, which is when we premiere. So they know and love what we know.
Frank, so how different was the process for you, working on television? I don't want to say smaller scope because it feels still, that clip alone, it shows this very cinematic feel to the series.
We tried to go for that cinematic feel, and I I think that, just to give a little shout out to the crew, our keys, our crew, our cast, everybody. I mean, everybody put so much effort into making this as big as we could make it. You know, and there's some incredibly. It looks bigger than our budget. Let me put it that way. You know? There's some incredibly great solution-oriented thinking that has gone into the making of this. Consequently, I'm very proud of not just what we've done, but what everybody's done on the show. Was that a question? Was that an answer to the question?
And Greg Nicotero.
And Greg Nicotero, yeah.
Do you want to say anything first?
Absolutely amazing work by Greg, as you can all see now.
Yeah.
So Robert, this is going to be an obvious answer, I'm sure.
I love those.
How's it feel to see, your babies?
It's horrible. I hate it. I almost teared up when Glenn showed up for the first time on that screen. It was just, it's really
Is it coming to fruition, kind of how you played it out in your head, or?
No, it's working out better than I could have ever imagined. Just to see everything that Frank and Gail have put into this, and how the actors have done their work, and everybody on the crew, and Greg Nicotero, and just to see the amount of support that AMC has put behind this show. I never could have expected things to go this well. I really couldn't. I never in a million years could I have dreamed that it would have gotten to this level, honestly.
Frank?
He said something, not to kiss anybody's ass, but what he said is very apt. It's worth repeating. AMC has been so supportive. And in order to do the best work that we can, you need that venue. You need the people who are going to let you get out there and do your best work. Because all too often it's the opposite case. So thank you to you fine folks.
And we need all you to watch it on Hollywood Live. We need to see it. So Frank, how close to the comic book series are you keeping this? Do you have plans to kind of take it in your own direction?
We're going in every spastic direction we can. We're gonna take as many detours as we feel like taking, which is something that I've always, from our earliest conversations, Robin and I sort of agreed that if good ideas come up, let's not ignore them. Let's fold them into the fabric of this narrative. My idea has always been, we step off the path, we can always step back on it. Ultimately, the path that Kirkman has provided us is a very good one, and I intend to continue to follow it. But we're going to range out, we're going to step off to the right or to the left as we go along, and not constrain ourselves. So there's going to be, I think, a lot of surprises, even for the most devoted fans of the comic book, things that they're not expecting. Which is great, because it's going to keep us surprised and interested in making the show, too, I think.
Oh, yeah. No, well, that clip, I think, is a testament to what the show is able to do, because none of that is in the comic book. That escape from the tank and the way he encounters Glenn, it's kind of that kind of happens in the comic book, but not in that way. And that's very important to me, because I want people to be watching the show and be just as thrilled as they were the first time they read the comic book. And I think you've done that really well, and I think it shows in that clip just how faithful to the material you're going to be, but also you're going to be adding stuff that, I could say it's going to almost make it cooler. So I think it's really cool.
So it sounds like then any time you step off the path, it's going to be more organic. It's not like, okay, in episode 4 we're going to start telling our own story. It's you're interweaving.
It needs to be woven into the fabric of what Robert has the trail that he has blazed before us. It really needs to fairly and organically lay into that fabric. Otherwise, it's just a cool idea that doesn't fit. And in my line of work, you run into all kinds of cool ideas that don't fit. You discard them.
So Robert, I actually understand you wrote an episode this season, correct?
I wrote the 4th episode, yes I did.
So,
and it's really good.
What was it like working with these characters you created in a completely different medium?
It was really fun to go back and because a lot of these characters are dead in the comic book series. So it was a lot of fun to go back and spend some more time with them, and also get to learn how to work in a new medium. It was very thrilling for me to have to kind of find new ways of telling a story and work in a different way than I'm accustomed to. And I'll be honest, I hope to do it again. So I mean, I had a good time with it.
Great, all right. And Gail, you mentioned Greg Nicotero earlier. I'm curious, can you talk a little bit about the look of the zombies and how your zombies are going to kind of differ from anything we've ever seen before?
Well, from the very beginning, we wanted to make sure that our zombies were a tribute, in essence, to the film that Frank and I and Robert love so much, which is Night of the Living Dead. So we didn't want the Usain Bolt super sprinter zombies, and at the same time, it was really important that we get the makeup right. And we did makeup tests from the very beginning. And in fact, we chose our camera system based on what was perfect to showcase the zombies. And as it turns out, we're shooting on film. And we're shooting Super 16. And it is a tremendous medium. And all of the
I love that people clap at that, because they told me that, and I was like, what? Okay, I don't know what that is.
You'll like it. And he said,
it looks great.
And we wanted that from the very beginning. We didn't want this to feel, like this is a zombie series. It should look like one, and it should have that verisimilitude, and we should take it seriously, and we should do the best job we can. It's, they're not a gimmick. They are real. We had lunch with them.
That was always fun.
And we weren't lunch, which was nice.
So what is your favorite zombie movie, if you've got one?
Me?
We'll go down the line.
Hands down, my favorite movie, my favorite zombie movie is Day of the Dead. I like the bunker. I think it's some of the best zombies. Greg Nicotero was actually there for that, worked on that.
He plays one of the soldiers.
Yeah, he's the guy that grows the pot.
Yeah.
He's also the animated head that is severed and moving its mouth and stuff. But yeah, that one's the nastiest, and I don't know, I really like that one.
Night of the Living Dead.
The one that started it all.
I love hearing you say Day of the Dead, because that usually gets dissed, and I think it's criminally underrated. I think it's an awesome picture. Got that enclosed pressure cooker thing that I dig so much. So that would probably be way up there for me. But I got to go with the original, the best, the first and the best, Night of the Living Dead. I mean, it's just the image of those dead people standing around the farmhouse waiting for a bus. Apparently, it's just so creepy.
It's great acting in that too.
It's really
and major props to Shaun of the Dead also. Little non-Romero love.
And Dead Alive, Peter Jackson. We could go on. I also love the Danny Boyle pictures. Those are awesome.